Hey everybody, Nathan here from Star Wars Beyond the Films and the Star Wars Timeline Gold at StarWarsReport.com and StarWarsFanWorks.com/timeline, respectively, bringing you another look at some of the Edge of the Empire materials here. We've been looking at all the different Fantasy Flight game stuff as it comes out, not because we're paid reviewers, not because we get review copies, but just because I'm a collector, I picked these up, and I figure you might find it interesting as someone who might listen to our podcast or check out my timeline. In any event, this time we're taking a look at the Edge of the Empire Roleplay Dice Pack. And this is essentially the newest incarnation of something we've seen before. You may have already picked up the Star Wars Dice app for about $5 for iOS or Android. In that case, you don't necessarily need these dice unless you want to have something physical to play with. If you had picked up the Edge of the Empire role-playing game beta, you did not get the proprietary dice you need to play. Instead, you got a sticker sheet. You can also download the sticker sheet and print it out yourself, where you could take those labels off and stick them onto the correct sized dice. Looked a little ugly, and a lot of collectors kept their sheets pristine like I did here, so you didn't really see that as much as people just waiting and waiting and waiting, or using the Dice app. When the beginner game came out, that was a big boon for those who wanted to play the game, because not only did it teach you how to play, it came with 14 dice. It came with 2 proficiency dice, 3 ability dice, 2 boost dice, 3 difficulty dice, 1 challenge die, 2 setback dice, and 1 force die, in the order that you're seeing them here. Eventually, right before the release of the real deal, the core rulebook for the real Edge of the Empire role-playing game, the one that is built off of the mechanics from the beta and such, but much, much larger and more expensive, they came out with notice the same cover here as far as Han and Chewie, but not the same background here. They came out with this. Shadows of a Black Sun. This is the free RPG adventure that came out on RPG Day, June 15th of 2013. In this, for those who didn't have the proprietary dice, they have a very nice dice conversion table to show you how to use 6-sided, 8-sided, and 12-sided dice to basically replace the proprietary ones, though it's kind of a pain to use because you got to constantly check it over and over again. Hence, constantly. I guess I'm a little redundant there. Now we've got a dice pack. So if you buy the core rulebook, which does not come with dice, you'll either need to get the app, have the beginner game, have the stickers, or pick up this dice pack. This dice pack is kind of misnamed because it's a dice pack and force tokens. You actually have the exact same 14 dice that you have in the beginner game. So you've got your 2 proficiency, 3 ability, 2 boost, 3 difficulty, 1 challenge, 2 setback. You can see the symbols kind of on the side there. I happen to have them both blank side up, and 1 force die. This pack also includes 4 force tokens, which of course have the light side, dark side stuff on the back for use during play. Now, if you've already got the adventure game, or excuse me, the beginner game with its introductory adventure in it, you've already got 8 of these, and you've already got that whole set of dice. This dice pack by itself is $15. By comparison, the beginner game, if you can still find it anywhere, is $30, and if you go on somewhere like miniaturemarket.com, which I believe is sold out at this point, you can get it for about $20. So, honestly, it's a lot more cost-effective to buy a $5 app, which of course is locked out on me now here. It's a lot more cost-effective to just buy the app or buy the beginner game and get all the other cool stuff that's in it than to buy the dice. Now, if you are someone who's playing with somebody else, which of course you're going to have to be, but the other person is the game master and they've already got some of this stuff here, and all you want is just your own dice to use to play, then heck, get that, because that's probably the only thing you'll ever have to buy, that or the app. But when it comes to just justifying the purchase by itself, I mean, it's convenient, but at least compared to the other material in the Edge of the Empire line, this really kind of like the extra dice pack you could get for X-Wing that's $10 because it has less dice in it. It's really kind of the same thing. It's superfluous, especially if you have the app and you want to share dice, but eventually you might want to have at least a couple sets of dice around just for convenience's sake. It's really your call, certainly not a necessity.